ஓகே, லைவ் பேக் அகைன் ஆன் கிரிக்கெட் ஃபேன் ஜோன். ரொம்ப நாள் கழிச்சு வீடியோ போடுறோம். ரொம்ப ஆஸ்பிஷியஸான டைம்ல வந்து WTC தோத்து முடிச்ச அடுத்த நாள் ஆக்சுவலாக. ஸோ ஜாயினிங் மீ அகெயின் இஸ் மை co-founder, my partner, Junior Aditya is here, who looks very happy. And then I also have Anirudh from Jocker Tales channel, who was also kind enough to join us in the between data science classலாம் படிச்சுட்டு நடுவில் ஏதோ வரான் அவன். So yeah, at least some things are in place. So this is primarily going to be a player rating show. It's not going to be a full show. So we'll do a separate pod on the match and all that, because we are still like bugged with the match. So this is like just like the rating for the team, and then primarily Aditya, Junior and Anirudh will be doing the ratings. I'll be calling out the players. So Junior, so what are the first thoughts before getting into the ratings and all that?
What would you have me say? Been saying this all along. The template.
title Junior தான் absolute horror show னு ரொம்ப அழகா ஆயிட்டு. So
seriously, what else we expected different? This is something that was written all over the game. இது தெரியும். உள்ள போறப்போ டீம் அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணப்போ we know what we are going to get. We absolutely got that. Simple. I mean, it's no longer என்ன சொல்றது, I don't feel like ஐயோ மேட்ச் போச்சே அப்படின்னு ஒரு கவலை இல்லை. It's more of apathy. I know it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. And என்ன சொல்றது, it unfolded in front of our eyes and we were helplessly screaming at why we did this.
Sounding like an Arsenal fan. So yeah. Any first thoughts? Are you see, I know Junior is shattered. Okay, I know how bad he feels about these things, because he's so passionate about the Indian team. IPL கூட அவ்வளோ ஃபீலிங் வராது, இந்தியன் டீம்னா செம்மையாக கோவம் வரும். So I know that he is absolutely broken. So what do you feel? Because I see online there is surprisingly mixed reactions are there. You know, some people are still backing some of the things the team is doing. So what is your thought?
Look, it's not like Indian team was winning every single trophy that came our way from 2011 to 2019. 2013 KH, we have everything unfolds behind me, in front of my eyes right now. ஒரு யுவராஜோட அந்த இன்னிங்ஸோ இல்லை ஒரு நம்ம 2015 absolutely we just surrendered to Australia, இல்லை 2017 டாப் ஆர்டர் அப்படியே கிரம்பிள் ஆகுது, இல்லை 2019 சேம் ஸ்டோரி. What can I say from this point? It's like I'm getting used to it. I'm feeling what New Zealand felt all these 21 years, right? That's exactly what our feeling is right now.
Yeah, I can't believe some of the professional podcastலாம் நான் பார்க்குறேன். அதில் அவங்க அன்லக்கின்னுலாம் சொல்கிறாங்க. எனக்கு ரொம்ப ஆச்சரியமாக இருக்கு. 6-7 வருஷமா அன்லக்கியாக இருக்க முடியுமான்றது ஒரு கேள்வி. And then there is a pattern to all these mistakes. இல்லையா Junior? It's pretty much the same thing, right? It's always with selection, always with some ridiculous decision before the crunch game. And so what do you say to the people who are saying the team is unlucky? We'll do that and we'll go to the ratings.
Yeah, I don't want to speak too much on that, but whatever pre-match and then immediate post-match presentation, it almost looked like Virat defended everything he did, everything the team did. But the moment he went on to that bigger press conference where all the press people were there, he said the approach needs to change. There are few people who aren't contributing to the team. I mean, seriously, what kind of statements are these? I mean, match-க்கு முன்னாடி எல்லாருமே கேட்டாங்க, it's overcast conditions and you are playing with 3 seamers and your best bowler in Siraj is not there. So what do you think? No, we think this team can win anywhere. After the game, on hindsight, it is all good, but we felt this team is capable. But when you go to a bigger press conference, you just threw a lot of people under the bus. So what is that like?
இந்த டைகாட்டமி இருக்கு. போஸ்ட் மேட்ச் ஒரு டோன் இருந்தது, அப்புறம் press conferenceல டோன் வேற மாதிரி ஆயிடுச்சு. But okay, I don't want to dwell too much on it. I can already see some comments coming in from people. I can see Sriram Shekhar.
We will rate Ravi Shastri Sriram.
We'll give a rating too. So guys, primarily this will be like a rating show. So ரொம்ப discussion or questions அந்த மாதிரி இருக்காது. So
Kavi,
அது மைனஸ் ஐயா, மைனஸ் ஐயா.
இது மைனஸா இல்லனா காட் ஈக்குவல் டு 10 மார்க் எதுன்னு கரெக்ட்டா சொல்லிடு.
-10 மார்க் ஃபுல் ஸ்டாப் வேற வச்சிருக்காங்க.
கோட் அந்த -10 அந்த கோட்ஸ்ல போட்டுருக்கு கவி. At least you'll know which it is.
இதெல்லாம் நாங்க பாட்காஸ்ட்ல எடுத்துட்டு போறோம். இதெல்லாம் பாட்காஸ்ட்ல ரொம்ப கிடையாது.
ஒருத்தர் ஓசி பத்தி விடாதீங்க. அவன் 10 மார்க்ஸ்லாம் கொடுத்து. So okay, we'll start with the ratings, and I'll just name the order of players, and then both of you can give your ratings, and you can just give your justification also. Starting with Shubman Gill. So how will you rate for this match? இப்படி பண்ணலாம். How will you rate for this match, and what are
out
your
of
thoughts?
5 or 10 5
Out
ka
of
10 ka
10 நம்ம என்ன ஸ்கூல் பிரைமரி ஸ்கூல்ல இருக்கும் 10. ஓகே, ஸோ இது ஒன்று எனக்கு ஒன்று சொல்லுங்க. Rate him for this match and also tell him what do you think about them for the England series. Do you see them there? Will you give them a chance? Okay, starting with Shubman Gill Jr. On this match.
4. I think probably second innings, the way he played, that shot was really unnecessary, but he will learn. But nalla shot illa adu. For the first innings, he was well set. He could have done a little bit better, but whatever. On an average, 4 didn't really change the course of the game. So.
And how do you see him for the England thing? Would you still okay? First test match எடுத்துக்கலாம். First test matchல would you retain him? இப்படி ஆன்சர் பண்ணுங்க.
See, I will retain him, but I'm really not sure whether he's an opener again. I think he'll be a good middle order player. I'm not sure he is. He's not going to be a class opener. ஏன்னா இப்போ கண்டிஷன்ஸ் நம்ம பேசின மாதிரி நிறைய பேசியிருக்கோம் இல்லையா. It's very challenging, and he is not such a defensive compact player கிடையாது. He likes to play his shots. He likes to keep the scoreboard ticking. So he can be better served in our middle order. I don't think our middle order is strong, and this lad is capable of adding a strength to the middle order. That is the way I see it.
Yeah, I like that point about him being more efficient in the middle order, maybe moving him because he's suffering in the middle order, where runs are not coming in the middle order, which is primarily the problem. Other than Kohli and a bit of Rahane, there's not much reliability, and nothing moves actually. So you would retain him for the test match, and your rating is 4, right? So
yeah, at this moment.
Yeah, and we also have to remember how difficult opening is, right, across the world right now. So that's also there.
We will make it alternative. So I gave Gill, so Ani can go with Rohit, something like that.
Illa, give your own rating. We'll just do it like that.
Okay.
Actually, if you had asked me, Rohit or Gill?
Gill.
Pretty much they did the same
Gill
thing.
Actually, but I mean, to be honest, 4 தான் கொடுத்திருப்பேன். I would have given him 4 because it's not really his fault. I mean, look at it. He's from the first time. If you can't keep saying he's throwing his wicket away, Australia, he's not a natural opener. So he came in and he tried filling in the job as much as possible. And I would agree with Aditya here, Junior here, saying that he should be retained for the first test.
Right.
Dropping him is ugly. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I also agree.
Gill is
dropping him will be ridiculous actually.
One way or the other, Gill has to play, whether it's as an opener or
he fielded so well on the first innings la avanda and the breakthrough kodutha and the catch vechu. So he's fielded really well through the match also. So I'm definitely he's a player to watch out for.
Yeah, I think, to put a rookie on the spot for this is ridiculous. It's not like your seniors are performing. So to ask too many questions of this guy. So yeah, so we'll move on to Rohit Junior. Rohit Sharma's performance in this match. And how do you see on the first test?
Rohit, I would give him a 6. I think he outdid our expectation, maybe his own expectation, playing in England against Bolt, Saudi. I don't know how much he faced Jamison and romba remembrance illa adu paathu, but he handled both of them pretty well. And என்ன சொல்றது, இந்த டெஸ்ட் மேட்ச்க்கான டெம்பரமெண்ட்டும் கரெக்டா காட்டின மாதிரி இருந்தது. At the same time he was not so static. He was trying to get some runs and he was able to put away the wrong deliveries and all that stuff. Yeah, so I mean, fantastic from Rohit. He can't do anything different. Maybe ஒரு 15 நம்ம எதிர்பார்த்திருக்கலாம், but this was his first outing in England, and we all said he has a lot of weakness and all those things. But he came out flying colors. I think 6 is a decent score for him.
Okay, I think he did well, but I think you're being very kind to him, given the number of years he has played, and I expect a bit more from him. I understand someone like a Mayank Agarwal doing this, and I'll be very appreciative of that. But given how many chances Rohit has been given, and he's probably number 2 in India, after Kohli, I expected a bit more from him. Not like 100 and all that, maybe like a 50 at least. Carry the team a bit more, But I think, yeah, for England, of course, he'll open in your opinion. So.
Absolutely, no doubt. No.
Ani on Rohit.
I would give him 5. Actually, நான் சொல்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி நீங்க the points எடுக்கிறீங்க. I agree, first time in England, but as a senior player, I think he should have done a little more than what he's done. But one thing that really impressed me lots about Rohit is his slip catching. This has been over the last 2-3 tours. His slip catching has been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's
So
very
I'm
key.
I'm going with 5.
See, that's
And the match
why
England
you give
ஆடும்போது
him a 6. That's why you give him a 6. He's such a safe house for us in slip. Who was
Yeah.
the last safe house for us? No
Rahane.
one.
Ajinkya
No,
Rahane
you
catches well,
gully.
but
Rahane
yeah.
is in gully for fast
Yeah,
bowlers.
gully,
Who
gully,
was-
yeah.
We have to
True
go
that.
back to Lakshman Dravid and all that. Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly.
right. So 6
Actually,
from Junior and
Raina was
5 from
right.
Rohit, right?
Raina was a safe house at the slips actually, but he
Testல
wasn't
ஏன்னா
really
ரொம்ப
the
ஆடல.
batsman.
Yeah, he's
No,
not
exactly.
a
He wasn't really the bat. Yeah, so
So, okay,
I don't
now
think anyone.
we have to go to the most contentious topic right now going on, which is Pujara. Junior, thoughts on Pujara?
Pujara 0.
Hey, in this match, okay, yeah,
0.
let's be clear.
0.
Not even 1, not 2, whatever.
Rubbish. 0.
Okay.
If I can give him minus, I can give him minus. Shit show.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad player or anything. Don't take me wrong. He's a fantastic player. He has done a lot for us. I need not say anything. Had a very good Australia series again, but in England, no. I won't play him again in England. There's no point.
Yeah, so you will drop him for the first test match,
yeah.
you're saying, right?
His feet was not going anywhere. He had absolutely no confidence whatsoever. They know they can take him out. It doesn't matter. அது வந்து போல்டா சவுதியா யாராவது ஒருத்தர் they are going to take him out. He's not going to move the game. He has cut the momentum whatever Rohit and Gill was able to give at the start. He made sure Virat was put under humongous pressure. On top of it, he dropped a dolly.
Ani, you tell me your rating. You tell me your rating, Ani. I have a question on this now. I'll ask both of you. So, okay. Yeah. So, Ani, on your rating on Pujara for this match.
Sorry. Okay. I would still give him 1. Purely for his just for his second innings batting, because I probably thought we should see off the day or something. So maximum, that's it. Otherwise, I don't say anything that he's contributed to this game.
And would you have him for the first match, England?
I really don't know what to say.
No.
Probably.
There's no point.
I mean, if he's not going to score runs, or neither is he going to show intent, I'm not sure. I don't really think that's what we want.
I think இன்னைக்கு வந்து someone related data, right? Like they sent some statistics saying around 22 matches since 2019 or something. He's averaging like 25 or something like that, 24, 25, and then he hasn't had 100 any of those things. So
I mean, just for viewers who are looking at it, we will read all your comments at the later stage because we want to go to different players. We will take up all your comments.
And also with Pujara, you know what? Like people who are watching, you have to understand this is not a rating of him as a player overall career. இப்போ இந்த மொமெண்ட்ல இந்த conditions, let's be clear. The moment you go back to India, you will be back. So I have no problem with that. And he has to go back, maybe go back to county or something, work on his game and come back. That's what I feel, because he looks பார்க்கறதுக்கு கஷ்டமா இருக்கு actually. இதான் உண்மை, even as a fan or whatever. Because the game does not move. Because நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா சுப்மன் கில் மேல பிரஷர் விழுந்தது ஃபர்ஸ்ட், அவன் அவுட் ஆனா. அதுக்கப்புறம் கோலி of course, like, and he's also not like a runner, right? Not like a great runner between the records. It's not like he's like keep scoring singles and all that. So அப்படியே ஸ்டாப் ஆயிடுது அந்த இடம்.
I just want to add, that's what I meant when I meant intent. It's not like I wanted him to go play square cut, straight drive, all that, nothing. No, I'm just saying when there is loose delivery, you can actually try scoring runs of that or something like that. But I'm not telling him to go for all
looks real. The struggle looks real. Yeah. He is so out of sorts. And Junior, if you are dropping him for the first match, who will be your replacement?
See, whatever I'm going to say, I'm not really worried about who is going to think what, but rather I would shorten our top 5. I would say enough is enough. We have seen this template fail time and again. Drop Pujara, tell Rahane whatever you are doing in number 5, 20 odd innings, one innings rather you go at 3 and give it your shot. At least you seem to be having intent to move the game. Grind out pani Duke ball go ahead, let Kohli stay at number 4, and then I would push someone like Pant or Jadeja number 5, and then number 6 they can play that alternative role. I mean, the way Ashwin is playing, I think you need to have Ashwin in your team. There is no other go. என்ன சொல்றது, Jadeja looks to be very ineffective as a spinner, so he's more of a batsman for us at this moment. So I mean, it depends. If you feel you are going to go and test and try Vihari, go ahead and do it, but I won't do it because he is no different. He will not be able to win you games. So number 7 would be Ashwin, number 8 would be Shardul Thakur, and then I will play Siraj, and then if Ishant is not fit enough, there is no point.
I think the lineups we'll do anyway before the first test match. We can do that. So just wanted to understand.
Rahane is going to fill a slot.
Number 4, the captain Kohli, his rating on this match, and of course the other question does not arise. So,
as a batsman, I thought for the first innings he played, he deserved 6.5, 7. For second innings, it was bad. For the captaincy, 0. So altogether, I mean, not 0 exactly. I would say for the bowling rotation and everything, in fact, I will give him a 6 or 7. For team selection, 0. So all put together, I would still give him 5. 5. Because of the 0 for team selection.
Justification. So, okay. Okay, the wider question is about Kohli as a captain, right? Like, of course, he is going to be the captain for the next 5 matches, as far as we know. So, how do you see that panning out? Like, would you judge him based on this? Like, would it be like the last thing for you, or empty? How do you see this?
He's not a bad captain.
No, actually pretty much only the discuss பண்றதே கொஞ்சம் immaterial-ஆ தான் இருக்கு.
Yeah, the problem is just that he thinks he knows what he is doing and he is never ready to change anything. எல்லாருமே சொன்னாங்க overcast condition, what are you doing, why are you going with the squad, where is Siraj? The answer was, we know what we are doing. Post match la I think some people need to play different.
Post match, I think pretty much he pointed out Pujara only, like talking about not moving the score and all that.
Really bollocks. What else you want me to say?
Right, so you gave him 5 for overall everything combined. So, Ani, your rating for Kohli on this match?
I'd still give him 5. Probably team selection can give him 1 or something, because at least, I expected most of the squad. Probably not Shami, but I mean, given that Shami, he got wickets, okay, leave that. But again, we are coming to the point where all the commentators are saying, why are there no swingers in the squad? It's the basic necessity when you go to England. You need swingers.
I couldn't believe it. Siraj did not play this game. The kind of form Siraj is in. Siraj இருக்கிற ஃபார்முக்கும் அதேதான் குழந்தைய எடுத்திருக்கோம் Siraj ஆக்சுவலா. So ஆனா எனக்கு ஒன்னு சொல்லுங்க, like Bumrah pretty much he was like, I mean, towards the end he was getting some kind of momentum, but throughout the match he was very ineffective. So would you blame that on the captain, or what would you say? Like, non-selection was not a debate, and let's be real. நம்மளே பேசும்போது கூட இல்ல இத கன்சிடர் பண்ணலாமான்னு யாருமே யோசிச்ச மாதிரி எனக்கு தெரியல. So what would you do if you had...
No one expected Bumrah to be this bad. That cannot be on Kohli. You cannot blame Kohli for Bumrah being...
So you are saying he should have picked Siraj instead of Shami. That's what you're saying.
See, I was always saying that. See, I never thought Ishant will be bowling like this, where he had no energy. It just looked like the player who was injured. This is not the fully fit Ishant we have seen over the last 3-4 years. Kandipa kadayadu. He is that workhorse who keeps bowling all along, and every time when he comes to bowl, there will be 100% of Ishant. But even when he was bowling his opening spell, I hardly saw 60 to 70% of Ishant or effort, as well as there was literally nothing for him on the air, which is very strange.
Yeah.
So
I think the second innings he was pretty much strolling around second innings, hardly any energy was there. So that comes back to the lack of preparation, straight landing into a hotel and going
there's
to
a
a
chance.
final. That's a different thing. Match practice illanala. And but we'll move to the player ratings again. So now the next person is Ajinkya Rahane. Your rating for this match, and would you select him for the next England versus Test match?
See, as I said, for me, Rahane comes in at number 3 right now. I've never been a strong supporter of Rahane, but it's impossible for you to say no. Rahane also goes away, Pujara also goes away, and then what do? You don't have enough backup plans. So, but రెండు innings-லையுமே the way he got out, horrible, atrocious. If you are a senior statesman, your team needs you badly. Both the shots were nothing shots. Are those deliveries you get out? The pitch
Would you say the leg glance was it a bit unlucky, or like would you say that's a bad shot?
Was that even a leg glance? Did he even glance the ball?
I didn't even know why he even played that.
It almost felt like I'm trying to leave the ball and it just hit my glove. See, the point being, your number 3 is a real shit show in these conditions. Your openers are relatively new, and I mean they have done fair bit. Your captain has tried his level best in the first innings to stay, and in the second innings, the moment he gets out, we expect a world-class number 5 to stay there. See, Rishabh Pant is there on the opposite end, right? If you don't give him enough opportunity, then what is the point with whom Rishabh Pant is going to play?
And I think people keep talking about Adam Gilchrist. Adam Gilchrist pretty much succeeded because there was a Steve Waugh on the opposite side. There was Damien Martin on the opposite side who was there keeping it ticking along. Yeah. So it was not like a static, like எதிர ஒண்ணுமே வராது எப்ப வேணா அவுட் ஆகுன்ற மாதிரி தான் நீங்க பந்த்
number 5 is your spine of your team. Number 5 is the real spine because when the top order plays good, you kind of take the momentum forward. When the top order is going to go bad, you have to stick with the tail. And now you have a decent enough tail because Jadeja can stick around, Pant can stick around, Ashwin can contribute a little bit here and there with the bat. So if your number 5 is solid, if he's such a performer, every opposition will be fearful of us because spine break பண்ண முடியாது because
Rahane scored நீ வந்து ஒரு 75 80 அடிச்சறன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க. Then suddenly what Pant is scoring, what Ashwin is scoring, all those things will look much bigger comparatively. So
I mean it's such a weak number 5 we have kind of it spoils everything, and this guy does not even play well in Asia. So
in the conditions la வந்து you are like what number 3 is absolutely it's a goner and number 5 is dodgy. So I think நம்ம ஆக்சுவலா ரொம்ப கான்ஃபிடென்ட்டா இருந்ததே எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் ஆச்சரியமா தான் இருக்கு இந்த டீமோட பேட்டிங்.
See Adi, we were always saying this, our batting is such a
dodgy. Overall சொல்றேன்.
That's a myth. I don't know for what purpose they feel so confident about this batting lineup when there is nothing to be confident about.
Australia series was pretty much won by your lower order, and then you picked teams because most of the so-called the first team guys are all injured. So you picked guys who are like out of nowhere they came and did. Ani, but Ani, your rating on Rahane, and of course you're going to pick him at number 3
for me Rahane because of both the trash shots 5. If not, he would have got a 6.
Right. Ani, your rating for Rahane. I know you really love Rahane.
Well, actually, his batting, as long as he was on the crease, his batting impressed me, except his wicket shots. And there was another shot which really I was disgusted by. Or no ball cage, he's chasing after an outside. It's not, you're not going to get a free hit after this. You can't edge the ball after a no ball. That's not going to work in Test cricket. So anyway, I would give him a 5 because his on-field, his he actually was good. So no complaints about Rahane on field, but his batting, I really expected him to convert, being vice captain and all that. But I'm not too disappointed, but I'm not too impressed either.
And England, would you pick him again, and would you change the position?
Yes, I mean, changing his position is essentially picking him again. So I'm not going to drop him at all because, well, he's done well. He's shown more intent than Pujara. And like I said, I agree.
It's like a pretty low bar to set. Okay, right.
Exactly, but I agree with Junior. 3 would be a nice position for him to actually, try and adjusting. See, can you improve over there, or can you do much better than Pujara at that position over there? I think he can.
Right. So Rahane Kapura, we'll talk about Rishabh Pant, the wicket keeper in this game. Junior rating for this game for Pant.
Fantastic behind the stumps. I think he has become solid behind the stumps. So first of all, happy to see that. First innings dismissal, maybe he could have avoided. That's the way he plays, but still, probably to chase a ball that was going towards fourth slip or something, maybe he could have avoided that. So that kind of hampered our progress. Solopona, as much as we support him for playing the way he plays, that shot could be avoided. Maybe something that comes close to
intent to, it was just a loose hanging.
Exactly. So that wasn't great. But second innings, fantastic. When everyone was falling apart, he was the one man who helped us take us to some score where they
make
didn't
a game out of it. Yeah.
Right.
அதுதான் நான் வந்து ஒரு ஃபோரம்ல இருந்தேன், ஜேர்னலிஸ்ட் ஃபோரம்ல வந்து they were talking about Clubhouse-ல. I cannot believe they didn't speak a word about Pujara. They didn't speak a word about Rahane. They're talking about Pant and that shot. That's such old school thinking. அது ஒண்ணு. should have been more responsible. நீங்க வந்து உன்னோட மெயின் மிடில் ஆர்டர் பேட்டர் ரன் அடிக்கல, அதை பத்தி யாருமே பேச மாட்டீங்க.
I mean, they're all paid to do whatever they do, and
no, I don't know. And it's a very old kind of thinking. Anyway, see that he was the
I mean, you cannot wear tattoo. You cannot wear this. I mean, fuck them. Who gives a shit? let them speak this garbage all along. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. What is the problem they have with this? Seriously, what problem they have with this kid? He has done everything they want to do.
It's not like the main parts of your team are working seamlessly that you can go question this guy and all that. Who scored runs in the second innings? enna pannanga yaar enna pannanga? So anyway, and I thought whatever time, see, I think he was the only batsman who kind of rattled Wagner, if you understand what I mean. Wagner does not get rattled on the run. Wagner very well the பைத்தியக்கார மாதிரி ஆடிட்டு இருக்காங்க, but he disturbed his line length for some time, right? He got out, அதெல்லாம் வேற. But
I mean, who do we have? Who
உங்களை சுத்தி விக்கெட் விழுந்துட்டே இருக்கு, அவன் என்ன பண்ணணும்?
See, we just spoke earlier. Your number 3 is useless in these conditions. Your number 5 is in fact useless in any condition whatsoever, because all he does is 30s, 20s, and then 100, and then 20s, 10, 30s. So you people were relying on this kid. Everyone was saying Rishabh Pant is going to be the game changer. He can only win the game for us in this. So what are you trying to say?
And the aspect, I'll give credit to Kohli, who backed him completely on the press conference, and also he just said you can't expect him to bat like that, win games for India, and also ask him to then control. So I like the fact that he backed him. And your rating, you rating 6. Okay, I would actually give 6.57, something like that, because he was a guy who looked like trying to win the final, trying to set a total or intent. So Ani, your rating for Pant?
Can you give 0.5s and all that? Otherwise, I'd have given 6.
I mean, see, if you both feel it's 7, I'm fine to give 7. That's okay. I mean,
we'll find a middle. We'll find a 6.5. That's fine.
I mean, 6.5 for me. His keeping was absolutely terrific. He left only 1 4 base, and that was because the ball just moved like so far away, and there's no way he could have got that. But otherwise, he was absolutely terrific. As far as batting is concerned, he tried getting the runs. He got runs. He kept running between the wicket. He scored those mad shots. We've discussed this quite a few times. I cannot think of a madder cricketer. Neil Wagner எடுத்து reverse paddle பண்றப்பா.
இல்ல, அவன் இருந்த வரைக்கும் New Zealand looked very concerned, right? As long as he was there,
exactly,
they were a bit rattled. I think he was the only batsman who kind of rattled them. So rest of them, they're very comfortable bowling too. Yeah.
And one more thing, that shot he got out on the second inning, supposing that had gone for 6, just let's say it went for 6, everyone would be praising that shot. Instead, what are they doing? Now what are they saying? He's irresponsible. Like you've got to have double standards at this point.
Second innings. Tell me, what is the point of blaming him? He hardly had people on the other end.
Exactly.
He knows the moment Ashwin is gonna get out,
Every
the rest
second or
of
third,
the three are
every
going to
second
get
third
out
ball
very
there is
much delivery.
2-3 பாலுக்கு ஒரு தடவை விக்கெட் விழுந்துகிட்டே இருக்கு எதிர் சைட்ல இதான் உண்மை. ஸோ
There is no
நிக்கிறதுக்கு
point sticking
என்ன
around.
பண்ணும்? அஸ்வினும் அப்படிதான் அவுட் ஆனான் பிகாஸ் he knows that opposite guy cannot stand. So what's the big deal? But again, keeping is very terrific. Yeah, keeping ஏன் terrificனா நம்ம bowlers வந்து they are swinging to punt actually, not the batsman. The outswing and in-swing எல்லாம் பந்துக்கு தான் ஆச்சு actually. So keeping was amazing considering all that.
No, but see, his batting was there as long as Jadeja was there. Once Jadeja got out, he and Ashwin tried showing that intent, but he knows that Ashwin is not going to score a big 60, 70 or not even a 40, 50. He's going to be there as long as he is. It's high time I take the responsibility and go after it. And it just didn't click. It's nothing more.
After getting beaten to near the line, next ball he stepped out and hit it out of the ground. Yeah.
Exactly.
When you praise him for that, you cannot fault him for this. This is the same mindset. Yeah. Exactly. Right. So இது ஒன்னு ஓகே இல்ல ஜெயிக்கும் போது மட்டும் பாராட்டு யூஸ் இல்லை. You have to back the guy. And we'll move on to Jadeja. June, I felt Jadeja, it's a bit unfair to really critically rate him because this is a condition where he is pretty much ineffective because of the style of his bowling and all that. So, how did you see his performance in this match? For this match, right? Yeah. So, thoughts?
Because see, it's just not me. Everyone expected him to bat because that is a role he has to play. We all know he can't do much with the ball. I'm not even rating him for the bowling he did, which is very little. There's nothing wrong with his bowling. He did what he could. And I think Virat used him all right. I don't think you could have done anything different because Ashwin Murray, he is not someone who is going to loop the ball or he's not going to have some guile and all that. He's going to keep bowling the same deliveries time and again. When there is something on the pitch, it makes him look very lethal. And the Murray bowler than Jadeja. So you can't do much with Jadeja on this kind of a track as a bowler. As a batsman, I don't know, very disappointed because
the second time he's getting out to a similar ploy, yeah, in the இடத்துல இந்த bouncer போட்டு I think what the star dude, someone did it for him there in Australia. Similar setup. And Wagner did the same.
He should have stitched a partnership wherein we could have got another 30-40 runs. I mean, at the end of the day, if we look at it, they would have still won the game. But நான் என்ன சொல்றேன் அப்படின்னா, maybe they would have looked at a target, say 40-50 runs அப்படின்னா with limited amount of deliveries. Maybe they could not have settled in so easily. They should have attacked a little bit. Probably our bowlers could have got some wickets. We never know. At some point of time, or wicket, they might also decided, okay, we will go for a draw because there is no point of going for a win. So Jadeja punt partnership was very crucial. I think Jadeja did let us down, but it was not all his mistake. But match we have hardly seen him. So what else I can give to?
Yeah. I think also picking him should be based on the conditions. He's not like an automatic all format pick.
He's an automatic selection if you play him in top 5. Your top 5 is shit. So what's the point of saying he's your?
அது ஓகே. பட் நான் சொல்றது இண்டிவிஜுவலா அவனை நீ ரேட் பண்ணும்போது போறாது அவ்வளவுதான். இப்போ நீங்க பார்த்தது. Yeah. Ani, you are rating for Jadeja?
2.5. I'll give him a little leniency because see, this is the first test match he's playing since SCG. I know you shouldn't. He's a champion player, so you shouldn't really have that leniency. But I'll still, because he hasn't played that much, right? IPL, when it's a different ball game altogether, and suddenly you bring him into English condition and make him bowl like this or bat like this. It's a bit harsh, but I really would have expected it. I really would have expected a little more of him.
I feel his batting role is also not defined like what it is like. Is he a sheet anchor? Is he an aggressor? What does he do? Or does he even think like that? Is the team management saying you're a full-time batsman and then think like a batsman? I don't know. And the vara position or very odd position. What should he do? So that's also there. So we'll move to the next guy, which is Ashwin. Junior Ashwin's rating on this match for you.
I think Ashwin, for the way he bowled and whatever little contribution he did with bat, I would give him a 6. I don't think he did anything wrong. I don't think you could have expected anything different from Ashwin. He gave it all. Probably second innings, like he could have scored a little bit more. What if your batsman
Should he have
can't,
bowled earlier in these innings? Like that's
not in
also
his
there.
hand? So
Latham and Conway batting both left-handers, so I
maybe we
expected him
all
to come.
wanted it, but that was not in his hands. And I mean, can't blame him for anything he did in this game. He did everything in his
Somehow I
life.
feel on the Melbourne match, Rahane Kadile Varadabodu, the kind of faith he places on him, I don't feel that same thing here. I don't think that he rates him less, but like Ashwin is just given the ball when Rahane is there, right? That's also there. I feel like that, but I don't know. I don't want to dwell too much on that. So you are giving him 6, yeah. So
Yep.
Ani, you're rating for Ashwin for this match.
7. Apart from the fact that he's one of my favorite players in the world right now, his contribution this match is just he gave his all. You could see it in his the way he worked. He bowled his heart out in that second innings. First innings he didn't get much bowling time, and I don't know. I mean, see, also the fact that you're talking about Rahane and Kohli. It also got in the Melbourne match. There was a little dampness on the pitch because Adelaide in the pink ball test. He actually Kohli trusted him enough and gave him the ball threw him the ball quite a bit. So I think it was also a little to do with the pitch conditions in the first innings. But second innings, I mean, Kohli did what he could with Ashwin. He just gave him the ball, said, "Do what you have to do," and Ashwin responded with that also. He bowled his heart out.
So somehow I feel when you have like a 409 wicket guy in your team, you hand over the ball and then expect him to work out plans and all that, challenge him like that. I feel rather than protecting him into Tapana word, but using him a bit later. But I feel that if he's your numero uno bowler, use him, right? That's what I feel.
Yeah.
And Junior Rani, if you're picking one spinner in these wickets, so it will be Ashwin or Jadeja. I think the answer is obvious.
I'd like to differ in that. I don't think Jadeja is your spinner. Jadeja is your all-rounder. Jadeja is your top 5 batsman. So I would have him in top 5. So to me, both of them do play. Ashwin as a spinner, Ravi Jadeja as a batsman in top 5.
So you would still do that for the first test match for England?
I will do that in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
Right. I think pretty much if you sort out number 3 and number 5, rest of it will be fine is what I feel.
Yeah.
So I think other tavara matta ellam pesrom generally. So Ashwin
actually for one, Kohli trusts both these guys. I have no I'm not sure about how you think, but I really feel that Kohli really trusts these guys. So he's that way. I'll just look at it.
I think after Ashwin, who comes out? Shami. Is it?
Shami.
Oh my God! That's the tail. That's the real tail which we have right now. So Shami's performance in the match. Shami, we were saying that could have been replaced by Siraj and all that, but he turned up and bowled a good spell and all that. So how much will you rate him? And then your justification.
The highest rated player, 7. He gave his all. As much as I said he's not good enough, I still think he is not your solution. He is not going to win you games in England. But out of the 3 seam bowlers, he's the only one who bowled with a lot of heart. He's the only one who looked like he's trying his level best, and he was constantly improving a little bit. He started off all right. He was troubling the batsman. Then he changed his length a little bit. He was more full. That's what commentators were crying out loud for. So he did what he had to do. I mean that's the limitation with which he's going to bowl. He's not going to swing on the air, right? So
if Bumrah was not that out of sorts and if Vishant was on point, his whole performance would have been also looked much better. Even
in fact, yes, there is a chance, but he bowled beautifully. I think I would say if you are going to play one seam bowler per se between him and Bumrah on form basis, it should be Shami now. That's the way I would put it.
Yeah, I think I'm sure you'll have differing opinions on that. So you're giving 7 for Shami. So of course he outperformed whatever we thought. Actually, we didn't think that. But again, the hard thing we could see that ball to Watling was amazing. My God, and the delivery, each one of the deliveries of the year or whatever. So Ani, your rating for Shami?
7. I mean, see, I told you the same fashion. I'll tell you the same for Shami. They gave their absolute everything for this, and both of them batted well. Also, I mean, they at the end, what was there for Shami to do? All he had to do was try getting some runs. At the end, he went for it. As far as bowling is concerned, he gave his everything. He bowled picture of deliveries. He improved as the game went on. What can you ask of a bowler?
Yeah, pretty amazing. And I think he was the one guy who could bowl like it was the final, right? He bowled like his life depended on it. So, and next we'll move on to Ishant. Ishant's performance, and rating junior.
For his first innings bowling, it was good. Second innings, he hardly bowled. Geez, after playing.
Yes, they were injured, sonangla. Injury irukku sonanga.
Yeah, maybe after 12 years of international cricket.
I think he's some hit his webbing split or something. They said at the end. I'm not sure what that.
No. That is at the end of his final over or something. But before that, he had some braces on his. I don't know, on his shin or something. He was having some issues. But whatever overall performance of Ishant, I would say for his 3 wickets, I have to give him 4.
Okay, I thought somewhere around 5 because first innings he actually bowled well.
Second innings he was pedestrian. So.
Yeah, second innings he didn't look fit at all, to be honest. So now I'm not being that harsh on the number. So Ani, your number for Ishant rating.
I'm going to go with 4 because his first innings bowling was really good. His second innings bowling also, even though he was barely using that first opening spell, right? He tried doing this and that. He tried, he beat the openers a few times with the face of the bat, and actually his batting itself, it wasn't too bad. He was actually driving. Jadeja trusted him with the bat at one end. He was actually driving the ball better than half or a top order batsman. That's how. So.
Yeah. So 4 for you still then. அவன் வந்து திட்டி 4 கொடுத்தான். நீ என்ன ஃபுல்லா பாராட்டிட்டு 4 தர திருப்பி. Okay, 4.5 யாரு குடுயா. Okay. Anyway, so Ishant with 4 for you, right? So which takes us to the last player. For me, the biggest disappointment for the match, like I'm not saying he's a terrible bowler and all those things. And the match, it was like he expected, the expectation was so high and it just fell flat. So Bumrah for you.
0. Okay. 0.
Effort 1 adalaliya.
0. Bottler.
So thoughts on Bumrah, right? Like நம்ம podcast la பேசிருக்கோம் about how post the injury, post the West Indies series, his thing, the same mojo is not there, and so again, all the viewers, this is just the rating for this match, and it's not like you're rating the player. Okay, so and of course he'll be there for the first test match in England, and we hope that he revives. So how much of in the lack of match practice and all those things matters?
Absolutely, everything matters. There is no second thoughts about that. Everything matters, but when you play a final, you don't turn up. Sorry. Not acceptable. It's a final. It's a final. You have to turn up and you have to do something. What was that? Abysmal.
Ani, are you a bit kinder?
I'm sorry, no, not with Bumrah. He dropped a catch as well at the end. I mean, look, at the end of the match, you've lost everything. Okay, but I think you would want to take those catches as well. I think anyone else would have blindly taken, except he and Bumrah, anyone would have taken that catch. Except he and Pujara, anyone would have taken that catch.
I remember him dropping in one in Australia also, ideally, in the boundary.
See, that's how good a fielder he is.
I mean, we're not really trying to pinpoint but
no. But his bowling was as good as it was in the 2017 Champions Trophy final. So coincidentally, both were in the finals.
Which is an interesting trend. For 2017, you remember there was a performance that's there. Again, the crunch day Indian team's performance is another question. Some people are saying we are becoming the new chokers in big finals and all that. So அந்த ஆர்குமெண்ட் போயிட்டு இருக்கு. பட் ஐ திங்க் see with Bumrah, இப்போ ஜூனியர் கொடுத்த நம்பரே கூட you don't have to take the number that seriously, but it's about how much you expected of the person and then how much does. For example, Shami expectation was so low, performance was so high actually compared to that, so hence he got the top rating. Bumrah வந்து you wanted him to be the lead bowler there.
0 wickets in first innings, 0 wickets in second innings, 0 in first innings, 0 in second innings with the bat. So 0 is a 0.
And drop the catch.
I'm not saying he's a bad bowler or a bad player. I'm saying in this match, zero is all he got. So it's a zero.
All I'm trying to say is, of course, there'll be trigger happy people watching, or generally on social media, people like just take it like that. So I'm just giving context into this. We are not like blindly hating on players. So நீ சொன்ன மாதிரி தான் எதுவுமே பண்ணல and கேஷ் வேற விட்டான். இன்ஃபேக்ட் நெகட்டிவ்ல போனான் ஆக்சுவலா அது. So but of course you will pick him for the first match இல்லையா for England. So
see again,
what do you think?
Okay,
I'll give you a scenario. First 2 matches he's bowling very similar, hardly picking wickets, and then runs of course you're not expecting. So if he goes like that, like 2 wickets, 3 wickets for 200 or something like that, what will you do? Third test match, will you still keep him, or what do you do?
See, I will tell you this. How different, now again adhe question dhaan kekka poren, how different is this team going to perform if you go with the same set of players in English conditions? It's a very simple question. You play this team in Australia, you win games. You play this team in England, you are bound to lose games because your top order is going to be a failure.
Okay, you can drop whoever, I'm just saying, but Bumrah, you designated him as your strike bowler for whatever reason. Okay,
see, now what would you do? Bumrah, if you play Shami and then say if Ishant is fit and then you say we will play Ishant, who are you going to drop? How does that?
அப்ப நீ Bumrah drop பண்ணுவியான்னு கேக்குறேன்.
See, to me, if you are playing in England, you need to have one genuine swing bowler. See, to me, Ishant, Bumrah, Shami, fantastic bowlers in South Africa, fantastic bowlers in Australia. Fair call. Vitrala. Adha pathi nama pesave vena. But when you are playing in England, you need to have one genuine swing bowler. Do you have one? No. Bhuvneshwar Kumar is injured or whatever, so he's not there with you. So he's not going to play. Right? The next 2 bowlers who can swing the ball, one is Shardul and Siraj is a swing seam. He can do both. So Shardul and Siraj da unga kitta. But உங்களுக்கு இருக்கிற problem என்ன அப்படின்னா, your batting is so fragile that you need one of your bowler to bat. You absolutely need it. You keep saying we want a bowling all-rounder, but you don't have one pace bowling all-rounder. So you need a pace bowler who can swing the ball and who can bat. The only person who can do that is Shardul Tagore. It's not rocket science. So you need to have him in your team in England. If you don't have him in England, then where will you have him? So in the 3 strike bowlers,
Shardul was swinging the ball in Gabba, which is not swinging conditions at all.
You have to find a slot for Shardul. And your best seam bowler now is Siraj. So நான் என்ன சொல்றேன் அப்படின்னா, as much as you say Bumrah is going to improve and all that, does Bumrah, Shami, Ishant complete your team dynamics? How? Neither in bowling nor
it's a double whammy. One is the conditions can the bowling adonu, and given how fragile your batting is, then the tail becomes more horribly exposed than before. So if you had a batting lineup like Tendulkar, Dravid, Ganguly and the mari, okay, Lakshman, whatever, Sehwag, then I can understand having 3 tailenders who can't really score runs. So because your batting is so fragile, you need a lower order which can bat. So that's also
absolutely.
Which is pretty much what New Zealand is doing. Nee pathana, avanga lower order pretty much saved the match for them. So I think okay, let's just I think I'll still take him for the first test match, and I'll probably see first 2 test matches. If he's completely ineffective, then you can't keep saying he's a strike bowler or great. It doesn't matter. உங்களுக்கு result வரல, இந்த series result வரலனா you have to take a decision on that. So okay, we'll just end the ratings and all that, and then of course we're not going to do each New Zealand rating. New Zealand will give them 10 for winning the final. So
I mean, we're not going to do New Zealand rating, but we will
final படி என்ன கப் வாங்கிட்டாங்க. அதுக்கு அப்புறம் நான் தனியா பண்ணேன்.
we will rate maybe Ravi Shastri the last.
Ravi Shastri வந்து யாரோ வந்து ரிக்வெஸ்ட்லாம் பண்ணாங்க.
Actually out of 10 the highest rated
as time goes along, I really don't understand how much say he has first thing. So
I would give him a 5 because I feel he is helpless.
Terla, I really don't understand who is picking the team and all those things. And yeah, probably you could have butted in and saying that, we can't play three similar bowlers, have Siraj and all those things. So, Terla. And என்ன புரியலனா
That's
அந்த
the
2-1
captain's call,
நீங்க
right?
ஆஸ்திரேலியா வின் பண்ணது வந்து சிராஜ் was one of the main players. Shardul was one of the main performers. The data, everything is clearly available. And you took the same set of bowlers in England 2018 and they lost 4-1. So, I don't understand. So, and the whole logic of it. But I think mighty disappointing final for Indian fans. Okay, but I'm as a cricket fan, I'm happy that New Zealand won. Okay, and New Zealand has not won an ICC tournament forever. So for them to win this is pretty amazing for the whole generation of New Zealand cricketers. So I think we'll just take the comments, answer the questions, and we'll close the pod. Yeah, Sriram is saying Test cricket is a winner. India didn't go for a draw, made New Zealand the winner. Okay, தெரியல. I don't think us going for a draw or not, I think we were just outclassed by them.
We would have capitulated one way or the other way.
இல்ல ஸ்ரீராம் சேகர் டிரா போறதுக்கு டெக்னிக் வேணும். ஸ்ரீராம் சேகர் அதுக்கு வந்து நீங்க ரொம்ப ஆக்சுவலா இன்னும் பெட்டரா பேட்டிங் ஆட தெரிஞ்சாதான் டிரா ஆட முடியும். வின் பண்றது ஆக்சுவலா ஈஸி, டிரா பண்றது கஷ்டம். ஆடிக்கிட்டே இருக்கணும். அதுக்கு அந்த டெக்னிக் யாருக்குமே இல்ல இப்போதைக்கு ரைட் நோ. Do you think Rohit and Gill looks like natural openers in okay? Who is a natural opener right now? Kavi or
define natural opener. அவ்வளவுதான் நிமே.
Exactly.
Kavi, generally I feel opening batting has become extremely difficult across the world. You don't have numbers from anyone, pretty much from any team actually. And right now, I think
we can go ahead and criticize Shami on a different day. But when your entire team had a shit show, it's hard to pinpoint the best bowler and then say where did he go in the second innings. Where we even in the game in the
Kavi 133 ரன் அடிச்சிட்டு நீ ஓகே மத்த bowlerனா என்ன பண்ணாங்க இவனை நீ பாயிண்ட் அவுட் பண்றதுக்கு? So would you pick him again? That's a different question. For this match, for this performance, he looked the one who looked like playing like a final, right? Rohit is not a test material. Arun, யாரு டெஸ்ட் மெட்டீரியல் அருண்? இப்போ யாரா இருந்தாலும் எட்ஜ் வாங்கிட்டு போயிடுவாங்க. இப்போ யாருக்குமே டெக்னிக் இல்ல இப்போ ஆக்சுவலா. You tried all these people, right? You tried KL, you tried Mayank. Mayank, I think, is a bit unfortunate. Opener should grind out. Unfortunately, both are not doing it.
Arun, நீங்க சீரியஸாவே வந்து 2011 கம்பீர் ஆடினதை பாருங்க. நீங்க கவுண்டமணி காமெடி பார்த்திருந்தா தெரியும். ஜம்பலக்கடி பம்பான்னு ஒரு ஆப்பிரிக்கன் அங்கிள் வருவான். அந்த மாதிரி ஜம்ப் பண்ணிட்டு தான் இருந்தாங்க கம்பீர். அதுக்கெல்லாம் இவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் எவ்வளவு.
Arun, I think talking more about New Zealand and what Gambhir did, but Arun, that was not a treacherous wicket like this. That was one of those easier New Zealand pitches around the time. And I'm not downgrading Gambhir, but I don't think Gambhir was like a grinder and all those things.
அதே மாதிரி நியூசிலாந்து ஓபனர் விளையாடுற மாதிரி நம்மளால விளையாட முடியாது. ஏன்னா டாம் லேத்தம் இந்த பிச்சிலேயே அஸ்வின் கிட்ட அவுட் ஆறான். நம்ம ஊர் பிச்சுக்கு எடுத்துட்டு வந்தா டாம் லேத்தம் நம்ம சாப்பிட்டு போயிடுவோம். ரோஹித் சர்மா 200 அடிப்பான். சோ நம்ம ரெண்டு சைடும்
ஆக்சுவலா இன்னைக்கு I think the wider question is இன்னைக்கு all track opener யாரு? Can you name anyone? I don't know. Can you find an opener who plays well across the world?
இன்னைக்கு வந்து all track opener அப்படினா ஜோ பர்ன்ஸ் தான். எந்த ட்ராக்லயும் ஆட மாட்டான்.
So I think Dean Elgar வந்து you can say as a gritty opener, but again he will suffer in India. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So but see right now the batting techniques வந்து has gone for a toss. நீங்க T20 இவ்வளவு என்கரேஜ் பண்ணிட்டு நீங்க gritty batsman இந்த அந்த கல்ச்சரே போயிடுச்சு.
எல்லாமே வேணும்.
The juniors hate for weak as a captain is a special love story altogether.
எனக்கு மட்டுமாப்பா ஹேட், விராட்டுக்கே அவன் கேப்டன்சி மேல ஹேட் ஆகும்.
ஸ்ரீராம் நீங்க பாருங்க 2-1 நம்ம வின் பண்ணது ரஹானே கேப்டன்சில வின் பண்ணோம். ஓகே, அந்த ப்ரீவியஸ் ஆஸ்திரேலியா சீரிஸ் கோலியோட வின் பண்ணும்போது pretty much அந்த மெயின் பேட்ஸ்மேன் இல்ல, ஸ்மித் and all those guys are not there. Okay, I'm not like saying does that make the series less? அப்படிலாம் சொல்லல. Of course he brought in the fitness culture, he brought in the fast bowlers, but on a crunch game tactically he really frustrates given all the resources we have. நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்கிற பிளேயர்ஸ் எல்லாம் இப்போ நாங்க ஃப்ரஸ்ட்ரேட் ஆகுது, அவங்களுக்கு பவுலர் இல்ல, ஸ்விங் பவுலரே இல்ல அப்படின்னு தான் ஃபீல் பண்ணலாம். ஸ்குவாட்ல 2 பேர் வச்சுட்டு அது எடுக்காததெல்லாம் பண்ணா அப்படியா. And one more thing is he never comes to the press conference and addresses fans or like how they feel. We feel terrible, I know the fans feel terrible. இதெல்லாம் வரவே வராது இல்லையா? அதெல்லாம் I feel அந்த கொஞ்சம் lack of empathy is a problem. அது கோலி பத்தி நம்ம தனியா பாட் போடலாம் anyway. So do we have more comments? Junior இருக்கா?
Yep.
Before like my chunk lies is BCCI. Indian team were underprepared, just a mere intra squad, of course. Yeah.
I have
This
a
is all
question,
blatantly
Adi.
true.
எனக்கு ஒரு கேள்வி இருக்கு ஆதி.
சொல்லுங்க.
Kohli said in the press conference or something, he said they didn't give us practice matches. What is that? What is that they didn't give us practice matches? The ECB didn't give us, like, what exactly was the
அப்படின்னா ECB தான் நினைக்கிறேன். So
ஏன்னா New
it
Zealand
could
got
be
a
COVID
good
restrictions.
2-match series.
It could be COVID
but
restrictions. Maybe they're not able to schedule matches. I don't know. Because they are
correct,
going to
but New
be there
Zealand-
for a month.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're not playing
Yeah.
any county.
Because
But again-
New Zealand got a good 2-match series before the finals.
இல்லப்பா,
4
when
days
you're able
before the
to-
finals.
When you're able to maneuver Australian board into not giving you Gabba as the first test match, you can pretty much do anything if you want. அது வந்து now it sounds a bit like sour grapes மாதிரி தான் இருக்கு, தெரியல. But see, BCCI வந்து cannot play victim. Okay, you are the richest and most strongest board, and you are commanding cricket everywhere you're going. நீங்க போய் எங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கல அதெல்லாம் ஓகே. And he says this is the pretty much a world beating side which beats everyone across the world, and he says like அப்படிலாம் நீ claim பண்ணும்போது you cannot say this. Like I can't hear Steve or like Clive Lloyd saying that.
No, I just asked this
Junior,
out of
move on to
curiosity.
the next one. Yeah, with BCCI is pretty much the same. Their eyes are on IPL, and you can understand the scheduling. Some people COVID restrictions சொல்றாங்க, உங்களுக்கு அது வேணும்னா நீங்க அதை பண்ணிருப்பீங்க, அது பண்ணல, அவ்வளவுதான். And you thought you are arrogant enough to play an intra squad match, and you think you are actually good enough. So there's a lot of arrogance in the way they prepared.
I think ஒன்னு சொல்லிட்டா, இது கேச்சு நம்ம இங்கிலீஷ் சீரிஸ் ஆடிட்டு we're going to play remaining of the IPL season without any overseas cricketers also. Most likely it looks like that. If we are going to emphasize on that, I mean, what can we do at any point?
The IPL is good. It's about finding a proper window for it and then making it a bit more shorter if you want to be the world beating team. Vishweshwar is saying this is the first time I've seen Jaddu bowling so many no balls from his முக்கியம் இல்லடா விஸ்வேஸ்வரன், மத்த ஃபர்னிச்சர்லாம் உடஞ்சிச்சுடா, இவன் நோ பால் போட்டதுனால எதுவும் ஆகல இப்போ. Yeah, like your engine is gone, there is no point blaming the horn or something. So yeah. So
if you're going to use IPL as a method for getting in cricketers, why aren't we getting the right cricketers into the team? Why are we going with the wrong guys?
How can you use IPL to get a test cricketer? See, இப்போ என்ன புரியுதுன்னா, right now test batting is more difficult than of course bowling attacks were far superior before, but given how lively the wickets are and given DRS, test batting is very difficult right now, and you're picking players from IPL, you will suffer. That's how it works. So anyway, but again, I think it's like a separate part. தனியா பேசிட்டே இருக்கலாம். Bumrah, Kohli underperformed with respect to expectations the crowd had. Bumrah was shocking. Kohli looked like he was batting in a different planet in the first innings, and hopefully he could not. Unfortunately, he could not replicate. See, with Kohli's batting, I'm not really concerned because he finds solutions. He needs people to bat around him better. For that, he has to pick the right batsman. It's on him again. So I'm not really worried about Kohli. He looked amazing in the first innings. Bowling unit in seaming conditions is different. Bowling in swinging conditions, wicket starts. இது வந்து இப்ப எப்படி தெரியுமா இருக்கு, இந்த புலம்பரா மாதிரி இருக்குது. இப்போ பேசினதே பேசிருக்கோம். இது தெரியும். முதல்ல ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே அன்னைக்கே சொன்னது இதுதான். ஏன் அந்த ஒரு ஸ்விங் பவுலர் கூட இல்ல, அந்த டிகிரி எல்லாம் போட்டு காமிச்சாங்களா, அவங்க 3 டிகிரி பண்றான், நம்ம 0.6ல இருக்கோம். அந்த சென்ஸ் pretty much everybody has pointed out. Simon Dole, everyone has pointed out saying ஜூனியர் மானிட்டர் உடைக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கு.
எங்களுக்கு தெரியலையே, எங்க கண்ணுக்கு பால் ஸ்விங் ஆகாதது தெரியலையே. நல்லாதான்
பால் ஸ்விங் ஆச்சு விஸ்வேஸ்வரன், ஆனா கீப்பர் கிட்ட போகும்போது ஸ்விங் ஆச்சு. பேட்ஸ்மேன் பின்னாடி போய் ஆடி இருக்கணும். அது எங்க தப்பு இல்ல.
ஸ்விங் ஆச்சு இல்ல,
26 yards போய் ஆடினா
அது உங்க தப்பு.
ஆமா, கொஞ்சம் லேட்டா ஸ்விங் ஆச்சு. லேட் ஸ்விங்னா ரொம்ப லேட் ஸ்விங் ஆச்சு.
This 11 can win anywhere. தெரியுமா? This 11 can win anywhere. Martian soil கூட நாங்க வின் ஆவோம்.
Jasprit Bumrah, Andy Roberts.
அப்ப ஃபைனல்ஸ் என்னாச்சு?
It was 2 sessions of bad cricket. Rain came in and came out. It was one-off final which I am not comfortable with.
ஆமா, one-off final. ஒன் ஆஃப் ஃபைனல் அது என்னன்னா 2 வருஷமா அவனுக்கு தெரியும் இது ஒன் ஆஃப் ஃபைனல். இன்னும் திடீர்னு நேத்து அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ண மாதிரி இது நான் எதிர்பார்க்கல.
There are a lot of factors. Few players in this team are not having enough intent. But this is the best 11. We can win anywhere else. We can win anywhere. Yeah, so many problems. Maybe where in his own head. I don't know.
They didn't give you practice matches.
See, you can talk, you can say all these things. The fact will remain that 2013 அப்புறம் ICC-ல நம்ம ஒன்றும் ஜெயிக்கல. இதுதான் worst combo ever. Ana, I don't know, Vishwachan, did you say this all the time or are you just saying now? See, we have been saying this for a long time. So, yeah. And if you don't tell me that 2-1 and all that came under Rahane. So that's a different thing. Should India go back to practice and changing
coach after losing ICC events? Do we have a coach?
No, it can't happen because the captain has the say on this and he will not let go of it. இது வந்து ஒரு டிசாஸ்ட்ரஸ் ஒரு ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் மாதிரி அது. அவங்க ஒருத்தர் விட்டு போக மாட்டாங்க. அப்படிதான் இருக்கும்.
Can I say something related to the Dileep's comment and Vishweshwaran's comment? நம்ம வந்து after 2018 we won in Australia with 2-1 and all that with Smith and Warner missing. Then 2019 World Cup la வந்து semis la போயிட்டு we sacked MSK Prasad. Sorry, okay, MSK Prasad, people thought he was the worst selector and sollte we brought in a new set of selectors and we're doing the same thing. So it's not the selectors, but I mean MSK Prasad patti solla.
Okay, let's just be real. Okay, let's just be real. Across the world no teams are going abroad and winning. Okay, இது ஒன்றும் அப்படியே இது வந்து மற்றவங்களாம் பயங்கரமாக வின் பண்ணால் நம்ம வின் பண்ண அப்படி இல்லை. நம்மளும் வந்து எல்லாரையும் கம்பேர் பண்ணால் நம்ம ஓவராலாக நல்லா தான் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஆனால் the problem எங்க வருதுன்னா when you come out and claim yourself as one of the greatest sides ever, when you say you're the number one side all track, so you claim this, we are not saying it. Do the fans say it? No. The captain and the coach, you big it up so much and the expectation goes on another level. And then when this happens, you fall apart. Enna World Cup edu people remember what trophies, people remember your World Cups and Champions trophies and those are the things, right? Like 2017 still hurts me. Like, I didn't think that it will hurt that long time. So all those things are there. So Anna, you downplay it. Even before the match started, you said this is not a big deal. That does not determine us as a team. Why so defensive? You are an aggressive captain. Why are you so defensive on the press conference? So and you play it down. So only you are picking up the team, and then when the crunch day comes, you are playing down the tournament. So I don't really understand how that works. And then one major problem என்னன்னா it's like a permanent seat. Like there is no, if he wants to go he can go. Nobody else has a say. இப்படி ஒரு எந்த ஆர்கனைசேஷன் ஒர்க் பண்ணும்? You cannot have you cannot work like that, right? So more questions இருக்குன்னா போலாம் அப்படியே close the part.
Like quoting Ravi Shastri.
அதெல்லாம் சும்மா ஒரு 6 மாசம் எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன் அவனே கொடுத்துப்பான். அதெல்லாம் பிரச்சனையே இல்லை. As usual, lost the first match. We thought that's it. Yeah, that trend is continuing. Yeah. That's all there. I think we are done with the comments.
Quoting Ravi Shastri, it would have been icing on the cake if we had won the World Test Championship.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, there is no agenda against anyone. This is pretty much the call on the WTC final. These are just an honest thoughts. Suddenly if you go and win the first test match like gloriously, will அதுக்கு ஒரு பாடு போட்டு திருப்பி 2 மணி நேரம் அப்ரிஷியேட் பண்ணுவோம். ஃபேன்ஸ் அவ்வளவுதான் எங்களுக்கு வேற.
Seriously, there is no way we are going to win that series.
Okay, முதல்லயே
if we are going to stick to this kind of a playing 11 and then come out and say all this nonsense, we are not going to win.
சந்தோஷமா முடிக்க முடியாது.
What is that to be happy? I'm gutted. Yeah. Seriously, I'm gutted. You have enough talent pool. You have robbed them of the chance of playing in the final. You played a wrong playing 11. You justified it before the game. You justified it after the game. And then you go to the press conference and then you throw everyone under the bus. Seriously. Come on, man. How can you see any silver lining in this? It's shit.
Silver lining.
It's shit.
I think just one question, Adi. Just last question. I mean, you just a brief answer. What does this mean to New Zealand cricket, though? What does this trophy mean to New Zealand cricket?
Means the world.
Yesterday, Simon Dool was speaking, and he was already talking about how ever since Kane's team took over in the last 2 years, their attendance has gone up in New Zealand. The grounds are filling up in New Zealand for the test matches. Like they used to get 2,000 people max. Now they're getting 9 to 10,000 in a ground. In New Zealand, that's a huge number. Now, in India context, it looks small. 10,000 people on a ground for a cricket match, where rugby is primarily the sport of New Zealand. Now that the vibe is getting back, is what Simon was saying. And see, of course, it'll be huge, like for them, right? Like, it's a generations of thing, right? For even though they have a Champions Trophy and all that, they don't really have a World Tournament trophy. And being the first world test, would you believe like 20 years back, if you're told that New Zealand will become the world's first test champion? No, right? They're primarily known for white ball cricket. So it's huge for them, and I like that they won it. Okay, if the big three win it, it will just become another big three story. Actually, even as Indian fans, we are tired of this over-Indianization, this over-Australization in English of cricket. Actually, cricket is for everyone. It's not like your own private club. நீங்க 3 பேர் மட்டும் ஆடுறதுக்காக இந்த கேம் இல்ல. எல்லாரும் ஆடணும், எல்லாரும் அதுக்குள்ள வரணும். இந்த டோர்னமெண்ட்டே it needs restructuring. I like the idea of Test having a tournament on a maze. I really love the idea. It needs to work the tournament, and you need to bring in all the teams. And I really hope India and Pakistan play again. That will make this whole thing go up. So anyway, I don't want to keep you long for this, so we'll end the pod right now. One more thing is, we are also on Clubhouse. Cricket Fan Zone is also on Clubhouse. We already did a fantastic session which was attended by around 120-130 people in the first session. Now we are having a second session on Sunday, where we are celebrating New Zealand cricket. We are celebrating New Zealand cricket, New Zealand memories, and because நம்ம எல்லாருமே New Zealand cricket watch பண்ணி தான் வந்திருக்கோம் with Stephen Fleming, Chris Gaines, and all those guys, Martin Crowe. They have a fantastic history. So we are getting a lot of interesting people on the pod. So we'll have speakers. You can just join the Clubhouse. It's on Sunday 5 p.m. We'll go live on Clubhouse. So that will be the first of our retro series. We are doing a lot of retro shows and celebrating old cricket and all that. And also, as an Indian fan, I want to tell world fans and all that, like, we Indian fans are not like, "Ayo, India," and all that. Like, we are cricket fans. When New Zealand wins, I'm not going to sit and cry. I'm going to celebrate New Zealand. So that's the whole point. They played well. We can't keep saying we played bad. Okay, they played well. They were amazing. Jameson was amazing. So let's
if we come to World Cup final, then South Africa can come along and take the cup. That's the only way they are going to win.
Okay, that is such a twisted example. Thank you. So
that's the only way they are going to win something.
அப்படி ஜெயிச்சாலும் பரவாயில்லப்பா, நாங்க தான பிரபுவோ சவுத் ஆப்பிரிக்கா இதனால சவுத் ஆப்பிரிக்கா கிரிக்கெட் ரிவைவ் ஆகும்னா, please take it and go. Have no problems at all. So anyway, so please join us on Clubhouse, follow us, and also follow Yorker Tales on YouTube, and Ani and Kavi are doing fantastic.
ஒரு இது மறந்துடாதீங்க, போஸ்ட் மேட்ச்ல நீங்க நிறைய பேர் இதை நோட் பண்ணாம விட்டுருப்பீங்க. I just want to bring that out again.
நான் பார்க்கலையா, சொல்லு.
My final point. ஏன் இந்த 11 விளையாண்டீங்க அப்படின்னு கேட்டதுக்கு விராட் கோலி சொன்னாரு, if the pitch got dried and then if the spinners came into play, it would have been a different story. 5 நாள் ஓவர்காஸ்ட் மழை பெய்யும்னு ப்ரெடிக்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, பிட்ச் பிரேக் ஆகி ஸ்பின்னர் வருவாங்க அப்படின்ற கணக்குல நீங்க எடுத்திருக்கீங்க. வெதர் ரிப்போர்ட் எனக்கு தெரியும்
6வது நாள்ல தான் முடிஞ்சது, கடைசி கொஞ்சம் ஓவர் பாக்கி.
வெதர் ரிப்போர்ட் கொடுக்குறானே அவனுக்குலாம் தெரியாது, எனக்கு தெரியும் மழை வராது.
And the weather is predicted months ahead, so you have all the data. So yeah, I thought Atherton was very kind actually. He generally grilled. You remember Dhoni, how he grilled Dhoni after that England series? But now Kohli, I can see the power at play actually. They're being very kind, and people are also very kind. So this, if you think it's an agenda, then you can keep thinking that, like, what's it going to make a difference? You can keep feeling bad about finals and all that. So anyway, so சொல்றா இவன் கடைசி क्वेश्चन கேட்டே இருக்கானே சொல்றா.
அந்த ஃபேன் வந்து ஷேன்வான் கேட்காம அவன் கோலி கிட்ட கேட்டிருக்கணும். கோலி, I suppose you don't understand how spin works. அவன் கோலி கிட்ட கேட்டிருக்கணும் கேள்வி.
ட்விட்டரே அவனை பேன் பண்ணிருக்கோம். They don't speak about the king. So anyway, please join us on Sunday on Clubhouse, and we'll be doing more regular video pods like this going forward. England series, we're going to have this Sri Lanka matches also coming up. So keep expecting more videos from us and follow us on Clubhouse. Follow Ani's channel, Yorker Tales. And today, thank you for listening. All the comments, Sriram Shekhar, Vishweshwaran, Kavi Arase, Arun Krishnan, so many people. Vivek Thakur, I think. So many people commented. So thank you for watching on a weekday. So yeah, thank you. Bye to Junior. Bye to Ani.
Thanks.
Let's see
Good
on
night,
the next
Adi.
video. Yo, சந்தோஷமா இருக்கியா? தூங்கியா? பாயா.